Hey, what do you say? This is Boz and Mid Speaking Out, and I'm here joined today with my boy JD Rodella, and we might have other folks join us a little later, but we definitely have an opportunity here to talk about something real exciting and also kind of disappointing a little bit at the same time, right? Our subject tonight is married before you carry, and so um this is a real topic. Now let me just, sometimes we joke around on the podcast, and sometimes we talk about relationships and sex and so forth and all other kind of stuff too, children, so forth. But this time we are tackling the subject that impacts the African American community big time. And this subject tonight is basically like married before you carry. It's really about why is it that we are so quick to have children, but we don't want to get married? Why is it so quick that we want to be able to, you know, you know, plant our seed in some woman as a man, but we don't want to take care of our children?
Mhm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's sad. And so basically, I want to ask a question, and I got more people might be coming online, so I want to ask the question. The question is that Joe, when you hear the word "marry before you carry," what do you think? What do you think that means out the gate? Just
I think just being married before you start a family. I think a person needs to know each other first. And I don't think you have a baby, then the daddy not around after the first year or so, or even
hmm
before that. So I think if you're married, man, you know each other, you can kind of lay the foundation, as you always say, man. You kind of you put that foundation down, or either trying to lay the blueprint. And don't get me wrong, I didn't do it till later. My daughter was born in January, but I got married that following April. So it was a couple of months later, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it probably wasn't before she was born, but I did it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying
hmm
to think that all of us do it. I don't know. I know all of us done it, but was it before we hit?
sure,
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? So, but with my daughter, I mean, now I'm a grandfather now. I don't know if she contemplate getting married with the guy she with, but like you say, you had these kids, then the daddy gonna be around, they gonna be the one,
Yep,
you know what I'm saying? So
yep,
they want to marry. So, but I
yep.
hear you though, Boz. I hear you.
Yeah, no, yeah. I did it too, right? My at least my daughter I knew about, right? I did it. Because of course, I got another one that I didn't know about, and I had that was born when I was 17. Of course she's out in Phoenix, but the one that I did know about, she was born in December, the very last day of the month. And you know, me and her mom got married that May.
Okay.
Yeah, we got married that May. So yeah, it was 6 months later, but still the foundation of marriage, I believe, for both of us, although it was later in the game, it wasn't like 6 years and shit, you
Right,
know,
right, right.
or even for that matter, 12 months. We kind of knew we was raised, to believe and to be a certain way when it came to taking care of our kids. You
Oh,
know, that was never a question of the next steps, right? Because we come from family, you know what I'm saying, you know, that had longevity in marriage, you know what I'm saying, your granddad Mac, you know what I'm saying, my parents, you know what I'm
correct.
saying, and Glass, we come from a longevity of family members, that believed in marriage. And at some point in time, that kind of was brought on us, and we kind of grew up in that space. Even even for those around us who didn't have, you know, stability in that way, they saw it in us. They saw
Exactly.
it. they saw people around them. And so I looked at some of these kids today, and I talked to my daughters, like, I said, you've been with this guy for all this time, and what you gonna do? She's like, well, Dad, I don't know. I don't want to get married. Marriage is overrated. I said, marriage is overrated. I'm just like, ain't no shacking up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some people don't like that. Parents don't like that. They don't believe in that. And to go back to what you just said, like okay, I know well my mom did it late, but it wasn't with, my dad or nothing. But, like you just said, my grandfather and grandmother, I seen it. You know what I'm saying? We growing up together, I seen it from your parents, just being married. It's not being a stranger to it. So that's why I always knew I got older, whatever, especially having kids. You at least want to be at least married. That's the right thing to do instead of shacking up this and that. Because believe me, I think her father used to he'll say it in so many words, old Cappy, bless his soul, he'll just whatever. So, but he didn't know it was all in plan. We didn't do it before, my daughter got here. But, I did it. Like you said, it wasn't 6 years down,
right?
5 years. It was just a couple of months, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And, the thing about it is that I think today, and I have a young lady who's going to be joining us on the call. If she can make it, that's fine. If not, for the listeners that want to come in, you can actually, I'm going to post this link in the comments. And so if you wanted to kind of chime in and we can answer a question and you can chime back out. So the link, I put it into the comments. If people want to come sort of like virtually call in, right?
Okay.
And talk to them. So anyway, so basically, I think that, even with some of these kids nowadays, the philosophy of marriage is like not even on the table no more, right? They just want to have these babies and they're like, well, you'd rather have the child before the marriage. And then you look up and nothing is like solidified. And then the man is gone by his business. And now you still with the child. So now what you did is you put yourself at some sort of a disadvantage because now you got your mouth to feed, you got the baby's mouth to feed, and the father only got his mouth to feed, or the baby daddy basically. If he's gonna be a father, he's gonna be there. But the problem is, women like Magic Dick, basically. They're not looking at the bigger picture.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're looking at the now. So he's a girl, he can do this, he got a nice car, he can screw, he can do whatever, blah, 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 blah. But he ain't shit.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. She's seen her mama a certain way. Her mama got by dealing with certain men. And so, what does she feel like? I can do the same thing too. And just live off the system.
Yeah, and I think time changed too. I mean, it ain't like how we came up or the people before us. You know what I'm saying? So, and you just said it. It's just, man, he got that dick.
Yeah.
He's such this. So between thinking about your values or whatever, in the long run, you just want to have this baby, and then before you know it, he off with your best friend.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of building some or trying to, lock some down in stone.
Yeah.
Man, I think these kids today, man, it's man, we try to tell them how we came up and how it is, and it's like it's going one ear and out the other, man. But
yep. You said the key word, Joe. You said values. No values. Everything is they see reality TV and thinking that's the life they're supposed to live. They're all about get that bag or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened to find yourself a husband? Whatever happened to find yourself a wife? You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened to, building a family, a foundation? And that right there, I believe, has really stopped with our generation, with Gen X. That's what we are, with our generation. Because I think the kids under us, our children, they don't have the same philosophy, and they don't even think about, long term. It's like, for example, I know kids out here who got kids, but nobody's talking about settling down. It's like, well, we'll do it whenever, one day, however. Well, if the mom and daddy have a conflict and something happen, he go left and she go right, then she's there stuck raising a child, because a man can be there financially for his child, sure. I mean, this all you do is cutting a check.
Yeah.
But what about teaching that young man how to be a man?
Hmm.
Teaching a young lady how to respect herself and not to be out here loosey goosey, and then the cycle repeat itself all over again with her. See, the
Exactly.
problem is, let me before I get before I get to the problem, let me share. I'm gonna share some numbers with you. I did some research, right? So it says right now, out of this is a poll taken in May 2021, so this year, and it says in the from the 2020 U.S. Census Bureau, it says 11. This is 11 million single parent families with children, right? It says 11 out of 11 million single family parents, 80% of them are led by women.
Yeah.
Out of 11, that means 8 out of 10 people, 8 of them households are being led by women. That means there's no men around.
Yeah, I can believe that.
80%. And out of 80%, 64% of that is African Americans.
Wow.
Wow. Ain't that something? And this is coming from the website singlemotherguide.com. So you can check it yourself. The data don't lie. Okay. The snapshot of single mother families in 2020. And it says out of that, 31% were poor, 29% were jobless, and 28 were food insecure. 28%. That means starving for the most part. Right. And out of that 80%, 50% were never married. 50% of that 80% was never married. 29% were divorced, and 20% of them were separated.
Mm.
So it's really terrible, man. It's really terrible, because I believe that this might be the new normal, right?
Yeah.
You know, for example, for example, me being a father and being involved in my children's life. If you go to Instagram and look at some of these models or whatever, everybody is what's the word I want to use? Is showing their ass, right? Because they want attention. They want the wrong kind of attention, right? But what if that was your child? Number one, you being a father, you gonna check her ass. Hey, don't put yourself out like that. It's out there. It's out there forever. Number one. Number two, you're better than that. Number three, if there's no love like a father's love,
Right.
and a lot of women who are scorned, the first thing out their mouth is, "I don't need a man," and they then instill that same thing into their children. Girl, you don't need no man. Especially our people. We the main ones that say that shit.
I know, and I hear it all the time too. I just hear
Yeah.
what he said. Don't need no man, and that, long as I got my job and this and that. But like you just said, you walking around with, 2, 3 kids, and then if they all boys, sometimes they need a man in their life just to help them, raise to be a man. But don't get me wrong. I take my hat off to the single moms that do their job, but I still say at the end of the day, it still take, I think it still take, parents to raise. I mean, people got the grandparents, their uncles, and,
Right.
grandfathers and stuff. But I still say, man, a man needs to be in the child's life.
Well, check it out now too. Now, right? And one of the issues here with single parents, single moms, is that the children are very impacted. Right? Number one, they have more conflict. Right? Okay. They may wind up having more substance abuse. Drugs, alcohol. Or whatever. You know, less education. As in, they don't have nobody pushing them. Because mom gotta what? She gotta go to work. Shit, she gotta take care of the household.
Right.
Right? So, and if she was someone pursuing education, then the child gets neglected.
True.
You see what I'm saying? So who's there? And it's a more risk for sexual activity, you know, because hey, my mom ain't home. Come on over.
Right.
And I'm sure we all heard it. And I'm sure we all was on the next thing smoking on our way to it.
Exactly. Yeah. I think we all kind of went through that and done it. But at the same time, like you say, hey, I'm so scared because I think this the new norm. It ain't nothing coming out of my kid's mouth in marriage or whatever. And I'm trying to tell them, you need that one. You want to be like you want with your dad and your mom head or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
y'all out here Instagramming, IGing, doing,
Yep.
all this, shaking your ass and shit. And then you turn around, you're going to hit a short end of the stick,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No doubt. And then next thing you know, and now things have changed
right,
because now if daddy ain't there, then they're gonna expect for granddaddy to be daddy.
exactly,
They're gonna you see what I'm saying? Well, he got a male role model. Well, he does. That's true. We're not gonna take that away from the baby. He or she does have a male role model, but that ain't my job.
right,
I'm there to supplement. I ain't there to be the main, right?
right.
And then all the kid knows is I'm gonna drop the baby off and I'll be back. The fuck is that? I'll be back. Take care of your own kids. You had it. And if you would have thought about before you laid up with a man for 15, 20, 30 minutes, now you got a lifetime of pain.
Yeah,
And I'm going to quote Kevin Samuels on this one. Like he said, men choose relationships, women choose sex. And that's just what it is. And so some single mothers out there, y'all might get mad at me for saying this, but I'm about to say it. For some of y'all stupid as hell. I'm gonna call it like it is. Because before you lay down with a man, you can open your legs to a man and make sure. I understand folks have sex, I get that. But protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself in a position where you just met a nigga for one night and you feeling it, he feeling it, and next thing you know, 9 months later, ghost. And now you forcing him to be a daddy. When originally that wasn't the intent of the plan. The plan was y'all just to have sex.
exactly.
And you
Yeah,
know nothing about him, you know nothing about you, and now you are what? A single mama. And what you find yourself doing after that? You gotta overcompensate because he ain't there. You gotta over explain. Well, your daddy will come, but tonight is, his bowling night. And now you got, you know what I'm saying? And then you gotta overanalyze. Well, I don't know if I want him to go to Chuck E. Cheese because he's running all them kids and it's COVID. I'm just saying you find yourself overdoing it
right, right, right.
because you don't have nobody in your corner to give you direction,
Yeah. Hey,
especially when it comes from a woman raising a man.
yeah,
You can't teach him how to pee straight. If you can teach him how to pee standing up and pee straight, he's number one. She's number one.
I know, right?
You know what I mean? Exactly. Yeah. And if a woman, and this is kind of jumping around a little bit, and if a woman can raise a man, she can. I'm not saying a woman can't.
Right.
I'm just simply saying there are certain characteristics of a man that only can teach a man. That's it.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
and that's 100 there. You're right on that, boss. You're absolutely right. Now, even going back, you got your girlfriend and boyfriend. Okay, don't got to be no one night stand. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You got to still think at the end of the day, like you just said, right? You're gonna have sex. You want to have sex, with your boyfriend or whatever. But you got, like you say, protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to think, what's gonna happen now if I do get pregnant? Mm-hmm. Okay, a guy be like, shit, when we can go to the chop shop,
right.
This and that. The girl don't want to do that. No, it's growing in me. I love it. I'm against that, but at the same time, it's supposed to just been a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You supposed to be on the pill. I forgot to take the pill. Okay, you was wearing the condom. Okay, well, I just want to feel you without it.
Yeah.
to get the feel, and then even just that pre-cum can do it. You think
Yeah.
you pour it out, and it's whatever. So like you just said, a lifetime, just man, is he gonna be there? Is the boyfriend there for you? If it's gonna, and baby shit, I'm out, I'm gone. We said this wasn't a plan, it wasn't this and that.
Yep.
So that's why, I always try to talk to minds, man, just be careful, this and that. Unfortunately, I mean, her and her guy, they are together. Is the marriage in the talk? I don't know.
Yeah.
Right now it is not. So, he 2 months, but hell, I don't know. They could surprise me and do it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But just
Sure.
everybody else, it's crazy, man. I hope this not the new norm. I know you said it, but man, we got our generation, man. We gotta lock this down, man. On the real, these single mothers, these single parents, period. Like I say, I don't take nothing from them though. I mean, they do their job because some don't have a choice. The daddy did leave. Some people got 4, 5 kids, 4, 5 different baby daddies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some they have 4, 5 kids. They probably got one daddy though, and he could have either passed or he could have just left, and they doing their job. But like you say, teach them how to pee straight.
Yeah, exactly. You can do that.
So,
and real quick before we go further, I want to. This is Men Speaking Out, and today's topic is, marry before you carry. And my guest today is Joe Dilla, Mr. JD himself, and I am Boz. And I wanted to make sure that we take a quick station identification real quick to share that with the folks that's chiming in. And also, people, if you are listening in, and in the chat, I put the link to where you can actually, double click, come in, ask a question, make a comment. And of course, I'll let you into the, from the green room, and then we can kind of make it like an interaction between not just us on the podcast, but also the guests listening into the show. And I see we got Boz in the house, brother as I'm the Boz though. That's Boz, B-O-Z, and I'm B-A-Z-Z. So there's a distinction between the two. But anyway, and here's, let's talk child support. Let's talk child support. Okay. So if a single mom has a child and she the one, especially a single black woman, has a child, and she the main one talking about, I don't need a man. I don't need a man. I'm gonna raise my kids the best I can. And especially she got girls. Now the girls constantly hearing that, I don't need a man.
Right.
I don't need a man. It's constantly being drilled in their life the whole time because she's bitter at the nigga she slept with. I hate to use that term, but I'm gonna use it with this one. Don't get mad at him, be mad at yourself because you did it. Just because his dick had a golden tip on it don't mean you need to have a baby by him. You know what I'm saying? Women control sex, men control relationships. That's just what it is. And so the problem is, now he's the bad guy because you decided to have a baby, like you said earlier, JD. She just had to have a baby, but that wasn't in the plan.
Right.
What was in the plan was that 30 minutes of passion or sex that night before after the club. And then 9 months later, cake come out the oven. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what I'm saying is, and now this man is responsible for paying child support, which, I mean, I guess you got to, but
yeah,
was it forced upon him? Do you think that he, is it forced? Because it kind of is, so to speak, because she makes the decision, right? He can't control it. He can give her the money, like you said, go to the chop shop, and they decide to go that route.
Right.
But she can pocket it and still have a baby. And he's what can he do? Stop.
He can still pay. Even if paying child support is still not raising the child. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of the fact, we have a baby, like you just said, if I gave you the money, you go to the chop shop, we can go together. No, I decided to keep it. You don't have to worry about them. We gonna be all right, this, that, whatever. But then later down the line, I get my motherfucking check from work and it say garnishment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So damn, then one, I'm gonna be pissed. Two, I ain't gonna really do shit now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So still trying to raise the child or whatever, you still gonna be that single mother, either with your family
Yeah.
helping you raise the child. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Then pretty soon your family gonna be like, well, can you watch little Mikey while I do this and that? Can you such? And they gonna get tackled. They working jobs.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a pond on you to have that. Okay,
Yeah.
where girl at? Where he at? Well, no, that's not. He mad cause child support. Woo woo woo. But and I say that, man, child support don't raise no child, man. I think you the person do. So even if you paying, and I hear people say it at work, I don't give a fuck it, yeah, he whatever.
Yeah.
And my check, I don't gotta do shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I mean, you can say child support all day, man. These niggas out here don't give a fuck.
No.
Yes, whatever. But I seen the motherfucker quit his jobs. We ain't had to pay.
Yeah.
Fuck his job, nigga. You been here 10 years. Fuck that. Damn.
Yeah.
Just for not to pay.
Yeah. Ain't that about a bitch? You know what I'm saying? Just not to pay. And
Right.
I seen cats jump jobs. But this job here, jump job here, or take a low paying job, or take an under the table payment, so they don't have no check stubs. You see what I'm saying? So that way they get paid cash under the table versus having a stub that child support can see how much money you're really making. And I know cats that put stuff in their mama's name, they other brother's name. So that way, when they do a discovery in court, and they're like, okay, we need to find out your assets and blah, blah, blah. These cats, oh, I ain't got nothing, Judge. But yeah, you pull up in court with a Mercedes.
Right. In your mama name.
In your mama name.
So,
yeah.
Exactly, man.
In your mama name.
And
but you know what, though?
And a woman still getting punished because they still got this child. This guy, he already manipulated the system, putting stuff in other people's name, and you still out here just whatever. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I think, that marriage before carrying, I think that is a big issue, man. At least, especially for no one night stand. I think the person got to be in your life, at least know the person, either vice versa. Like you said, you're gonna have sex, you're gonna do that, but you gotta protect yourself.
You gotta protect yourself.
You gotta protect yourself, man.
I get it. We all got desires. We all get, hot in the ass. I get it. I get it. Been there doing that. I get it. But the problem is, you ain't gonna raw dog it. You know what I'm saying? Because either one or two things are gonna happen. Either you're gonna get pregnant or catch an STD.
Yeah.
Those are the two chances you're taking when you go that route. And then next thing you know, it was never love from the very beginning. So why would you think the nigga gonna stay with you in the first fucking place? Number one.
Right.
Yeah. Number two, if you out here having baby with this chick A, this baby, this chick B, baby, this chick C, those are three different women with three different children. That's part of that 80% I shared with you at the beginning of the show. 80%.
So, but yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It is, man. So hopefully, she gets it, even if she watching or see it later. And I talk to her all the time, man. Make sure y'all gonna be together, do the right thing. You don't want to be no single mother, being one of statistics. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So,
yep.
If anybody else too, man, just people that's going through it, and I don't such and such. Fuck, like the government helped me. Shut the government down, then you okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. You know what though? That's a good point, because you know what though, Joe? I think that that brings on like a lazy, comfortable mindset, because people are like, well, I'm gonna get food stamps from the government. They're gonna feed me. They're gonna give me HUD. They're gonna give me housing, right? They're gonna give me Medicare, Medicaid, or whatever or whatever. So now the government is your daddy. You know what I'm saying? Because they provide you food, clothing, shelter, WIC, and all that other stuff too as well. You know what I'm saying? Healthcare, and now they're your daddy. And as long as you keep that man out the house, I'm gonna continue to get your stuff. You know as well as I do. Back in the day, I don't know if it's still going on now, but you couldn't even report a man being there in the house with a woman.
Oh, yeah, I know, right?
Because they would cut your supply off.
Yeah.
Exactly. And some of that same mindset is stuck with some of these same women. because
Yeah.
they see mama do it, and so now they're like, "Well, shit, the government, I can get this and that. I ain't got to worry about doing anything." But times are changing.
All day.
When COVID came,
All the time.
a lot of these women was like struggling because guess what? They had to deal with them kids every single day, and they couldn't go to work.
Right.
Someone had to, they were doing virtual schooling from home, and that's when shit got real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell
I ain't
yeah.
got no man to help me. I gotta stay home with. I gotta call him a job. I gotta teach him how to do this. I don't have no leverage. I don't have no cushion. I don't have no help.
Yeah.
And it became a different concept then.
Yeah.
Shit
So,
got real at that point.
hell yeah. Because you with them 20, you really with them then. You can't take them to school where you at least miss them for 6, 7 hours.
Yeah.
Work or whatever. Now y'all, everybody at home. Home.
Everybody at home.
And it's shit. Yeah. So,
Yeah. Shit got real then, man. And so, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna hit you with one more statistic, man. It says over 3.3 million single mothers in the U.S. that they live below the poverty level, have never been married. On the other hand, 1.9 million single mothers are divorced. 853,000 are separated. 300,000 have absent fathers or husbands, and 137,000 are widowed. That's a lot of motherfuckers, man, single.
yeah.
And I tell the women all the time. I tell them some of these, especially these ones, that are basically divorced, because 80% of women file for divorce. By the way, 80% of women file for divorce.
Oh,
Bottom line.
yeah.
But I tell some of these women who, and I got a message. I'm sorry, let me scratch back real quick. I have a message for you women out here that say, I don't need a man. Here's the message that I say for you. First of all, I wish you no harm in raising your children. I want you to have healthy, smart, intelligent children that's going to be the leaders of tomorrow. Number one, make sure I'm clear on that. Number two, you need to shut the fuck up when you say, I don't need a man. Because everybody needs somebody. And I'm going to tell you this too, to cap it all off. When it comes to the age we are now, these women out here, 30s, 20s, 40s, 50s, it's all good now, ain't it? I don't need a man. Wait till your ass gets 60 or 70 years old, or you get sick, or you can't walk, or you can't wipe your ass. And then reality's going to hit you in the face. Damn, I wish I had a man to help you. Right now it's all good because we can move, we flexible, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you something. I say this, I speak in honor of my dad. When my mom was sick and she had Alzheimer's for 10 years, my father, her husband of 50 something plus years, never left her side. And I saw lots of other people in that same Alzheimer's center with nobody coming to see him, nobody caring for him, not even their fucking kids. And so I say that once again, for you to say that I don't need a man. Obviously, misery loves company. So half of you motherfuckers out there are miserable, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously something got happened to you in your life. And I'm gonna tell you one thing too as well. If it comes to a man coming into your life, helping you raise your child, you ought to be fucking jumping for joy. Because stepchildren are liabilities. All stepchildren are liabilities. Even my girls, to their mother's ex-husband or whatever, they were liabilities. My stepchildren were liabilities. And I say that to say this. And I said this on a podcast before, and I'm going to make sure I'm very clear when I say this. Everything be going great and good and smooth and nice and wonderful. I could be going to these girls' events, paying for soccer lessons and piano lessons and buying them big Christmases. And all it takes for one of them to say, he touched me.
Yeah.
And now mama about to fuck me up because she don't know who's telling the truth. And now I got that stigma on me now for saying like, but I didn't, babe. She's lying. But who she gonna believe?
Right.
So everything I done did went out the fucking window. Everything means nothing now.
Yeah.
And that's the liability part of it. Not that they would do that. My children would never do that. But I'm just using it as an example. That's the liability. And I got to take resources and money and stuff out of my own kid's mouth to make sure your motherfuckers are taken care of. So when it comes to a man stepping into the picture to take care of you single mothers and your children, you ought to be very appreciative that you even attracted to a man to do that. Because when you have a child, you've already lost 2 points on the 10-point scale. Period. A child, so you can't use 7, and you already down to an 8, and half of you motherfuckers are 5s. That means you're average. And that's just what it is. That means you're average. Most of you actually, good portion of you average motherfuckers. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I digress. Let me get off that high value man shit for the night. That's all this was all about. But that's some real shit, man. And I kind of wanted to share that. I guess, Joe, is there anything you want to close with, man, and let people know, hey, listen, any advice you want to give young ladies out here or men for that matter, that are, going through this?
Hey, basically it's just, just be careful. You're having sex. Some people say, you can hear the young people say we grown, we this, that. But look at it, let's say if someone get pregnant or STD, anything. Okay, let me go one. Okay. If it's just meet somebody in the club and all that, for sure, protect yourself. You don't know what's what. You don't know what she just got through doing earlier that night on her way to the club, or vice versa with the guy. Any whatever disease or whoever what got. Some people can have disease, just don't give a fuck and be like, I'm taking everybody out with me. You don't got to wet nothing. I'm safe. Fuck that. Still, guys, protect yourself. Protect yourself, and ladies, vice versa. Guy talking about he don't got no condom, whatever. Okay, gas stations are open. But run to the gas station real quick and go get something. I'll still be here. You know what I'm saying? And 2, if you are in a relationship and you're not trying to have no babies, still protect yourself. If it comes upon it, you got to have a plan. You got to think. Okay, we know the subject was marriage before carrying. Now, some people can make it work just being together for so long and being okay. Like even when I did get married, and then we grew apart. Me and my kid's mom, we split, but I was still there. You know what I'm saying? I was still there. Got my kids on the weekend, still raised them. Even though they went back with mama, it was a phone call away if I had to just be there. I wasn't missing in action and none of that shit. Like I did some of the fathers today.
Yeah.
So please be there. Even my daughter, her kid's father, her son father, I think he's a good guy. I really do. I think if it don't work, which I hope it do, I know he'll be there. You know what I'm saying? But I that's just my opinion. But I don't know. But that's something that they should have worked out if it comes down to it. But just to everybody, man, just be safe. If you ain't ready to bring no child in the world, don't make like you're going to bring a child in the world. Now, I heard this, and I'm going to let you wrap up, boss. You have a child, okay, if the daddy or whoever ain't around or whatever, they don't care. All they care about, first of all, is the government, what they going to get a month, and they care about the motherfucking taxes. Ooh, you know how much I get with little Mike?
Yeah.
I get $3,000. So everybody wait on that for the first of the year. And you get that money gone, you still got to raise. You still got to get close. You got to get them to school. You got to do this and that. So now you banking, and April during the summer, you banking on next year to come around again, just
Yeah.
for some fucking taxes. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because you got a child. Some people want to have two, three child. No, two kids get you 6,000. Fuck that. You got,
Yeah.
you got to raise it. But when they eliminate that shit and the government get tighter than whatever, motherfuckers gonna be fucked.
Yeah.
So to say that, man, just be safe, man. It ain't about the money. It's really about this child not even asked to come into this world, and just just being there raising them. If you get married, cool. You completed the circle. You want to be engaged, stay engaged for a little while. Okay, cool. Till you get things right. You think you can't marry that person, but you always gonna be there. That's cool too, long as that child have at least both parents in their life.
Sure.
So
No, that makes perfect sense. I think I'll cap it off by saying this. Don't date dumb. You know what I'm saying? Date with intent. If you're gonna date or have sex with somebody, have an intent, some intentions. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, what's the plan in the long run? Are we
right,
just out here dating? The fuck does that mean?
right,
You know what I mean? What's the plan? That's called dating dumb. There's no plan. You're just doing something day to day. You know what I mean? So, if you're going to be dating somebody or having sex with somebody, number one, protect yourself. You're not ready to have a child because, like you just mentioned, JD, with STDs and being pregnant. Number two, don't date dumb because if you ain't married, you're single. That's it.
yeah,
If you ain't married, you're single. You
yeah,
can date Ronnie, Bob, Ricky, and Mike. I don't care. But if you ain't married, you're single. And
yeah.
women, stop telling your children, I don't need a man.
On the
That's
real,
it. And men, if you lay down and get ready to make a baby with a woman unintentionally, I don't think any of us are intended to do that unless there's a plan to do that, right?
right?
Have a plan to be with the woman and get down on one knee and ask her to marry you. In the end of the day, it's better for everybody to have a child be able to be raised in a two-parent household. That way, the young lady can be taught how to be respectable, you know, and the man can teach his son how to be a man.
Exactly.
And you can love your wife and show the power of the black family. That's what it's all about. We said a lot of stuff tonight, single moms and dads, but the power goes back to the black family. And we have to show our next generation, our children, their children's children, and their children's children, the power of black love,
Oh
true
yeah.
black love. So there you go, my brother. I digress. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Once again, this is Smith speaking out. I appreciate you, Joe,
Hey,
stepping
please,
in.
one more thing, boss.
Sure, sure.
When you was giving them statistics, was that was just all women, or was that just African American? Then you
That
got
was
Hispanics, then you got whites, or that was just all in general. Because I would really like to know just
yeah.
African Americans, what
74%, 74% of African American women, 74% of African American women are single mothers.
hmm,
74%.
dang,
That's a lot.
yeah,
We make up 13% of the population. That means 74% of that is
yeah,
single black mothers. That's
wow,
ridiculous.
yeah,
Ridiculous. In 2008, it was 64%. So the numbers went up.
yeah, damn,
Yeah. So more people are having babies out of wedlock and not getting married.
yeah, shit. Oh, okay then,
Yeah.
okay,
And it's awful. It's awful. And I'm gonna look real quick. I think I got a statistic here that talks about. I think it says about Latinos are like 43%. I'm sorry, I take that back. Latinos are like 52%. Whites are like 28%. And I think, yeah, blacks are 64% in that time. So yeah,
okay, yeah. So
yeah,
yeah, we was the highest. Yeah,
yeah. So we need some work, bruh.
yeah.
We need some work. And so once again, and it's not to put down. I love my people. I love our women. I love our families. I just want us to make better decisions and better choices when it comes to laying up with somebody. Have sex, that's fine. Protect yourself. But the minute you decide to get into the move and he unzip and you drop, pause. Say, hey, you got protection? No. But baby, it don't matter. We can go ahead and do it anyway. No. Like you said, Joe, it's a gas station up the street.
Yeah,
Shit. It's a gas station up the street.
So,
Go get some prophylactics and shit. Yeah, it's a gas station.
Hey, even if she's saying she on a pill, then you the guy, do you trust that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then not only that, it's still a disease, STD.
Yeah.
So you can be on the pill, you may not get her pregnant, but she hit you with something else. You get to the crib and you pissing and you on fire.
Yeah.
And that's something else. Then that's an argument. It's whatever. So yeah, this is basically protect yourself, guys. And females, just don't lay up with anybody, Cause don't get me wrong, we got some smooth guys out here that are macking motherfuckers out their clothes. So
yeah,
you gotta think, like you say, when all that motherfuckers they drop, stop. Hey, you got something? Oh well, I got a vasectomy. I'm good, baby. I'm good. I got a shit. Okay. Don't stick it in that tunnel you want. Goddamn it, motherfucker. How you don't burn it like a microwave? Goddamn it. Shit.
Yeah, man. No doubt, bro. No doubt. So, what I'm saying is that this is a word to the wise for all women and men out there. And I just believe that if you're gonna go that route, make sure you properly prepare yourself for success. If you don't, you're gonna wind up with another generation of bad decisions. And that's it. Right, my man. All right, my brother. It's good to talk to you again, man. I'm glad. Okay, I'm putting a podcast right now. You playing. I'm on the air live. You putting fingers up. You slipping. This is everybody. This is my. Come on. She is. It's my oldest daughter right here. So So,
hey. I knew somebody was back there because of reflection.
Oh yeah, off the Superman.
Off the Superman, somebody kept moving.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's all good. Okay, cool.
Yeah, man, it's all good.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me, man. I wish we could have had E-Dub on here. Some callers to call in, but hey, we always got the next time, man.
No doubt, baby, no doubt. All right, my brother.
All right, cool. Peace, baby.
Peace, baby. I'll holler at you.
Right.
Peace.
Yeah.